Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our live show, Tipsy Tuesday. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the show. Thank you for being with us. Say hello to Mr. HP. Forgot to unmute me for a minute there.
Yeah.
It's been a day.
Yeah.
It's been a day.
Bye-bye.
It's one of those. Thank you all for being here, though. It's going to be a great show. I got lots and lots and lots to share with you today, including Color Club Reveal. So if you're new around here, make sure you follow our page, or if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We got lots of great content coming to you all the time. Make sure you comment throughout the show, interact with us and other viewers, say hi to your friends, tell us where you're from, and all that good stuff. Hearts and thumbs up are always appreciated. And we have a giveaway question at the end of the show that you get a chance to win a $25 gift card just by being here. So stick around, everybody. Stick around.
Yeah, I look cold.
Huh?
I look like a...
Yeah, you got your whole scarf on. I look really like white right now. There's a really bright light going on over here.
You're white?
Well, look at how pale I am. I'm not really that pale.
Maybe pale, but no.
Yeah, I think this is a new light. Is it a new light? It's angled differently. Well, I'm just going to be a ghost today, everybody. That's all right.
It's almost Halloween.
It's Halloween almost, I know. We got some Halloween set. You have a Sammy behind you, which is awesome. A color blocked Sammy, which I wanted to try. And then behind me, I have a jewel that is out of some really fun Halloween fabrics.
Yeah.
Kind of forgot that I had this quilt and found it. I'm so excited. Tomorrow is Johann's birthday, everybody. Just letting you know. He would let you know if he was here. He's turning 5, and we're so proud and excited for him. He's got his party all planned out for Sunday. But, yeah, it's a big deal, turning 5. He did try to trick me about 3 months ago, and when I called him, he said, "Mama, I'm 5." And I said, "No, you're not." And he just laughed. So he's going to be able to say that tomorrow. "Mama, I'm 5, finally." So on the set, the other quilts on the set, we have on this side is the Log Jam Table Runner. These are both Fast and Furious Club, old Fast and Furious Club projects. So quilt as you go. And then on the other side is the Boardwalk Runner. This was our last project of the last season. So it's they're really fun, they're really quick, and so they're perfect to make up in those holiday fabrics. So you can have a holiday runner to pop on your table and instant decoration. I just love that. But let's start by announcing our winner from our giveaway last week. I asked you, have you been to Disney World? Because that is Johann's wish. That's his dream, to go to Disney World. So he's collecting all his ideas and where he should go. And our winner is Mr. HP.
Drum roll, please.
Our winner for the $25 gift card is Darlene Gerry. Congratulations, Darlene. She said, yes, I've been to Disney World with the entire Epcot area as well. So Epcot area is her favorite. She probably said with the entire family, I'm sure. So congratulations, Darlene. $25 gift card is yours. Just send us an email to help@GEQuiltDesigns, and we'll get it out to you right away. How fun is that? Yes, we can't wait. We can't wait until we can take the boys there.
Oh, yeah,
it's coming up. Fun. And Johann is now getting to the age where he's really getting super excited about it. So that's cool. All right, we have lots of fun stuff for you on the show today. I have a good tip of the day. I have Color Club Reveal. We're going to talk a little bit about some hurricane relief efforts that we're putting together, and a little sneak peek of something coming very soon. So I've got great new fabrics that people have been waiting for. So let's get this going, kick it into gear. So starting with my tip of the day, I thought I would put together a little bit of a segment that has a few parts. It might involve something you learned back in geometry class. I know, it's going to be a little bit of a refresher for some, but don't worry, I bring it all into quilting in the end. So let's check out my tip of the day about triangles. Today I am taking you back to geometry class. Well, only for a little bit. This first part, we're going to talk about triangles and the different types of triangles. Now, these names might be not familiar to you, especially if you're a quilter and weren't fond of geometry. But let's talk about the different shapes. So we have two groupings there. So there are names based on the sides of the triangles, and then there are names based on the angles. So sometimes a triangle name can be two different names based on the sides and then based on the angles. So first, let's talk about a scalene triangle. So that's where none of the sides are equal. So that also means that the corners or the angles are going to be different for each one. Below that, we see an isosceles triangle. That's where you have two sides always equal in length. So you will also then have two angles or two corners that are the same degree as well. Then we have an equilateral triangle where all sides are equal. Now this triangle you might see and refer to as a 60-degree triangle in quilting. If we look at the angles, there is an acute triangle where all angles are acute. That means they are under 90 degrees. We have an obtuse triangle where one angle is more than 90 degrees. And then we have a right triangle. That might be something you hear in quilting as well, where one of the right angles is 90 degrees. Now let's look at these shapes in a quilt. So one of the most basic shapes that we use and see all the time is a right triangle, and that is also an isosceles triangle. So let's take a look, for example, in a flying geese. This is a right triangle because we have a right corner here, and then we have two equal sides, and then two corners that have the same angle as well. You will hear about a half square triangle. What is a half square triangle? A half square triangle is a square that has two right triangles in it. So this is our half square triangle. It's hard to see because this one is already sewn in, but this runner is all about half square triangles. You will hear a quarter square triangle. A quarter square triangle means that we have a square that has four smaller triangles. They are also all right triangles, and they're all isosceles triangles. So you will see this a lot. Now, is there places where we use right triangles without it being within a square? Yes. So for example, we use right triangles a lot for setting triangles in a quilt. This runner is all done with just right triangles sewn together in rows, so it creates this irregular pattern. But there are other ways without it being a flying geese or within a block where you will find right triangles throughout. So, but it's good to know all these different names. Now, an example of a equilateral triangle, or in this case, a 60-degree triangle. So here's how you see that. So all three sides are equal, all four angles are equal. So this is a perfect example, 60-degree table runner. This one is from our Master Your Stripology Rulers book. Now the one that you probably don't see very often is a scalene triangle. That is where none of the sides are equal. But I actually do have an example for you. My Katrina quilt has all scalene triangles. They are all uneven, and so it's really fun to play with when you do something a little unconventional in cutting. So they are all floating, so you can do something like this. So I just wanted to have this comparison for you, the geometry names and then quilting names. But let's take a look at how you can cut right triangles with the Stripology ruler. So in the Master Your Stripology Rulers book, there is a page where we can cut those 45-degree angles. That means that is that 90-degree one corner, so right triangles. In a pattern, sometimes you are told to cut a square and then cut it twice so that you have those right triangles. And so there is a way to stripologize that and use strips. Well, let me show you. I have a 3.5-inch wide strip here that I am going to just lay at an angle, and you want to lay it at an angle like this. So following that 45-degree line, on the ruler. So I'm going to align the 45-degree line on the ruler along the bottom of the strip so I can cut my right triangles. What that means is that the long side of the triangle is going to be at the straighter grain and the two sides are going to be on the bias. So for a 3.5-inch strip, I am cutting on the 0 to start with, and I'm cutting on the 5 and the 10. The 10 is not going to reach all the way through my fabric, so I'm going to remove that first cut here and just slide my ruler up so that I can have that line aligned with the top of the strip now. And then I can make my cut through the 10. So those are my first cuts, and then I'm going to turn the ruler 90 degrees, and I'm finding the other 45-degree line here, and now I'm lining that on top of my strip right here. There's a line extending here. The 13-inch line is going to extend down here so I can make sure my pieces are all lined up correctly. And I'm going to make my same cuts through the 0 and then 5. And then I would cut through the 10, but I can't get down here, so I'm going to do the same thing. I remove that first triangle here and slide my ruler downwards, aligning that line up with the bottom of my strip. Everything is lined up, and I can make my cut through the 10. And this way, without cutting a big old square and then cutting that apart, I have my right triangles perfect to go into any pattern or anything else you are doing with a straighter grain on the bottom. So there it is. Do not worry, there's no testing here on Tipsy Tuesday on your geometry, nothing like that. So yeah, kind of fun bringing back those words, right? Now, I never really learned these words in school because my words were all in Icelandic. So some of these were new to me too back in the day. But anyways, good to know. And we, of course, the terms that we use most in quilting, we use the right triangle term, we use probably the equilateral triangle term, but most of the times we're just talking about triangles. Half square triangles, quarter square triangles. There's a triangle in a flying geese. So 60-degree triangle, whatever it is. So, which is fun. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to take you through some more shapes in the next couple of Tipsy Tuesdays, just for fun. Tip of the days. Let's move on to our London calling. It is the 15th today, so that means a new instruction went out to everybody today. This is part 13 of 14, and this one features the beautiful London courtyards. So courtyards are a beautiful thing in London. So what's a courtyard? It means it's differentiated from like a backyard because usually it's enclosed with walls, but it's open to open air. So it's open air enclosed courtyards. There's a lot of those in London. Really fun to visit. Some of our favorites, and we just love to wander into those. One of our favorite restaurants that we actually went to in London when we were there again is in Neal's Yard, which could be categorized as a courtyard. And that was just it's
kind of hidden away.
It's hidden away. Yeah. It was kind of an accident. We wandered in there and had dinner. The most amazing Mediterranean food we have ever had.
Delicious.
Yeah, it's delicious. So wander into some courtyards if you're ever in London, and you'll get some surprises. Just wander in life in general. Yeah. You'll don't always have to have a plan for everything.
That's right.
I wanted to say that we now all we have left is the big reveal of the quilt. And so normally we would, on the 15th of the month, everybody that is subscribed to London Calling will get their instructions on November 15th, which would be the final reveal. But we have decided to do something different. And so we'll be emailing everybody that is taking part in the London Calling about the details of that reveal. We're going to be revealing it early. Yes, we're going to be revealing it in Houston live on our show. It's going to be on a Friday, Happy Friday show. So everybody that is subscribed will do the reveal on a live show, and then following that, they'll receive their pattern. But we'll send you an email to explain all that. I think it's very exciting. So if you're coming to Houston Quilt Festival, plan to be at the GE booth around noon on Friday. It's November 1st. Yes. So I think that's very exciting. We're going to do a big reveal of the quilt, of course, what it looks like. Even though we've been doing all these steps, you have all your blocks. It's still a mystery on what the final outcome is. So very excited to share that with you. And yeah, so make sure you put that on your calendar. Happy Friday, November 1st.
I think people are trying to put it together.
They might. They might. There are some pieces going to be still missing, so
yeah,
just saying, but you might. But that doesn't mean that we can't reveal something today. We are revealing Color Club for the month of October. So everybody, we ship this always on the 5th of the month. So it's been 10 days since we shipped. Well, we didn't quite ship on Monday because 5th was on a weekend, I believe. But we shipped everything last Monday, so it's been over a week. So most of you should have gotten your package already. So let's take a look at what is the color we picked for October. Yes, so here's our Color Club pack. Let's take a look at what everybody got. Want to guess? Yes, butter is the color we chose. Butter yellow. So beautiful, soft yellow. Of course, my inspiration was from the State Fair in Minnesota, where they always carve big heads out of butter.
Wow.
So, yeah, the butter sculpting has been a staple at the Minnesota State Fair for many, many years. And so I was surprised to also find out that butter yellow was the it color for interior designers in 2024. So it was just kind of a perfect choice. And so what would you use a butter yellow like this? Oh, so many things. I guess this butter yellow for interior designers this year is perfect as, you know, instead of that tan wall or that beige wall or the light gray wall, add a little bit of warmth with that buttery yellow. So let's take a look at our fabrics this month. We're going to start here with a beautiful print called Serenity. It's a P&B print, and it's a really nice texture with some lights and some dark spots. So I really love the flow of it. It has some movement, but I just really love this bright buttery color. The second color we have is called Swirling Leaves, and this one is, don't even have the name of the company. I do believe this might be also a P&B color. Just a beautiful, typical vines or swirling leaves, and the color name is light yellow. This is just called Serenity Yellow. Then we have a vertex weave, which I really love. We've used this print before, but not this color. Vertex weave in the yellow, and you can see how there is still a little bit of tone difference, so I really like this. So a little more green in this tone here, and then we have some white spots or lighter spots in this is the vertex weave. This is a QT fabric. Then we have a dry brush, and the color name is Daffodil. Really love this one, just the soft, nice, perfect, would be great for backgrounds. All of these would be great for backgrounds to use for background in a quilt. And the final one is called Rapture, and the color name is actually Butter. So Rapture in the butter. Just love all these shades, and we do have always, at least for a limited time while available, 1 yard of all of these colors. So if you wanted to do something bigger with it, you can always get more. So we have the Serenity and we have the Rapture. butter yellow. What do you think, guys? It's not a color probably that you would be buying all the time at the store, so we thought that's a perfect way to incorporate into Color Club, something that is not always a staple. And also we had to work hard on finding 5 that would work together. So we always we know if it's a tough color, it's hard for us to get 5 that work together. Then we know that not many people probably have that color in their collection, so that means it's a great option for Color Club. So let me show you some great bundles that would work with this yellow. I think it would be a fantastic background for so many colors like blues and greens, but we have some bundles where they could be mixed in perfectly. We have Midnight Blooms and we have that buttery yellow in some of the prints. Of course, it's going to look gorgeous with some of the blues in here, great contrast, but also with some oranges and peaches just for a little bit of a more monochromatic color story. Then we have Tulip Fields, which is a lot of yellow and gray, but maybe missing some of those softer tones of yellow, so that could be definitely added to Tulip Fields. Speaking of fields, we have Fragrant Fields. This one doesn't have any yellow in it, but as you can see, it is throughout in the print, so that will be a perfect accent color to make something like an Amelie or a quilt that needs that accent fabric, Clarissa, anything like that. So that would be great to add to this one. We have Tango. This is one of my favorites. I have plans for this line. There is that soft buttery yellow in the print, not in the bundle. So that's another great option for mixing it in there or having it as an accent on a border, an arrow border, something like that. And we have one more. These are also florally and fun. So this is a Hummingbird's Charm. Beautiful multicolored prints, lots of action in here. So a perfect way to add just a little bit of calm with some nice buttery yellow added to Hummingbird's Charm. So that is our Color Club for the month of October. Inspiration is butter. So check it out. If you are not a subscriber of Color Club, this is our monthly subscription club where you get 5 half yards every month, and it's always a secret what the color is, inspired by one photo, and then we pull some great basics from that photo put together, and these are intended for your collection, just like a painter has all the colors in their paint box. We should have all the colors in our collection of fabrics, so we can pull them and use them for whatever we need. So those of you that have been around Color Club and know how much we can use them, I'm sure you can tell everybody else. We do have openings for subscription openings. If you want to subscribe to Color Club, you can do so. We have openings, and so if you subscribe now, you will actually get this beautiful butter pack sent to you right away. So check it out. All right, so last week we talked a little bit about our intention to provide some hurricane relief with both Hurricane Helene and then, of course, Milton came right on the tail of it. So first off, let me answer all your questions about our house in St. Petersburg. The house is safe. We did have a little bit of damage on our fence, and some branches and debris down, but that is literally nothing compared to some of the devastation that took place, and some of it right there in our city. We just got power today, so that has been a week without power. Some areas are still under boil water advisory, so ours was just lifted yesterday, I believe. But there's still a lot of cleanup. Of course, there was quite a bit of damage that has to be fixed, but fortunately, things are all looking on the up and up. People are working so fast and so hard, so we really appreciate it. So thank you for all of your concern about that. However, before Milton hit, Hurricane Helene hit, and the devastation in North Carolina in the hills has been really hard to work through, and even though relief efforts are ongoing. So we have friends in North Carolina, the owners of Lo and Behold Stitchery. They have a store, they have a pattern business, and their store suffered some damage, but not just obviously some water. They are putting things back together. Their home is they've been out of electricity and water, I believe, for 18 days. So, but things are coming along. They started collecting quilts to donate, and they offered their store up to receive quilts. I want to tell you, please don't send quilts their way, because they have already distributed thousands of quilts, and they were just at capacity. They are at capacity. They're not receiving quilts anymore. Also because the need for bedding and for comforters and things like that and blankets has gone down in the area. So they are encouraging everybody to donate quilts if you want to donate quilts to your own area, or maybe find some other areas. But I reached out because I really still wanted to help, and also just to keep their wonderful pattern business going. So they have some really great patterns. They love the stripology ruler. So I thought, what a great way to support them but with a quilt along, everybody. So I asked, of course, the permission and everything to take one of their patterns and stripologize it and put together a quilt along. So I thought it would be really fun for us all to join in, for those that want to join in and make a quilt. I will take you through it. We'll stripologize the parts that we can. And I'm going to be doing this in November. We got Quilt Festival and Market coming up, so giving you some time to prepare, and we'll work on this starting November 5th. But here is the pattern that I chose. It's something that's not going to be too much work. So this is called Homecoming. I also love the name of this. And I'm going to be making the throw size. So I thought it would be just perfect, because the fabric requirements for the throw size, you need background fabric, so that you need 2.5 yards of background fabric and a 1/2 yard for binding. So pretty much 3 yards of fabric would give you all the background and the binding. And then you need, if you want to do 4 different colors, like the cover, you will need 1/2 yard cuts of 4 different colors. So I thought it would just be perfect for those of you that have been Color Club subscribers. You could pull those colors from your collection. And of course, if you wanted to get a single background fabric, you could do so. So we had some fun pulling some ideas together. How we're going to work this, you are just going to head to, lo and behold, website and purchase the PDF pattern. What they are doing, they are donating half of all of the proceeds from their pattern sales to hurricane relief already. So they are doing that through October 19th. So it's through this week. So make sure, if you want to participate in this, head on over to their website and purchase the pattern, just like I did. And then we're going to be sewing this up together. I think it's going to have a double meeting. Also, once we get the quilts done, if you want to donate them, it has a double meeting, because we both provided support with a purchase of the pattern, and then we're going to be able to give somebody the comfort of a quilt. So let me show you what I am going to do first myself, and then I have some other ideas for if you are a Color Club person or a subscriber. So I am excited about this quilt because you can choose a colored background and have so much fun with the colors. And I love the modern feel of it. So I think I'm going to go with this beautiful grassroots blue. I love the little bit of a print on it. It's going to give some interest. And this was a Color Club color. It was one of our blueberry colors. So this is what I'm going to choose for my background. Now, just know that this is 2.5 yards. So if you wanted to do a scrappy background, you could just use the whole pack. So that's going to give you 2.5 yards. But if you want a single background, that's the way to go. Now I'm going to use, for the 4 colors, I'm going to pull from 4 different color clubs. So I just love this color story of this tone of blue with the brown tones. So I'm pulling from the espresso color from August, just this recent one. So I think I'm going to pull my darkest 1/2 yard from there. I haven't decided which one. I'll play with that. And then I'm going to do a little ombre situation. So we have from February 2023, we had chocolate. So that's going to be my next shade down. Probably go with some of the lighter ones. And then we had back in 2022 also in September, we had willow. And I love this tone of brown too. So I have these 3 shades of brown, and then my 5th color or 4th color. I love how this this sharp gold here. So I'm going to pull from our cider bundle. This was back in October 23, and so I'll pull one color from there. So that's going to be my fun. Haven't quite figured out which ones, but that's going to be my version that I'm going to sew alongside you guys. And let me show you some other ideas. So I thought if you wanted to do something very similar to this colorway here on the cover of the pattern, I would recommend this background. So one of the things that we are going to do also, I'll talk about it after we talk about all these colors. If you want to purchase your background fabric or purchase fabric from us, we're going to be matching a donation for every purchase. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. So this is dry brush in the dark chocolate. It's a really similar feel, has a little bit of a bluish undertone, but works great. And then I thought if you have Color Club, some of these colors you could pull from the Rosy Cheeks bundle, which is January this year. So some of the lighter pinks here and darker ones as well. You could go, if you wanted a little bit of a shade difference, you could pull from the Autumn Plum from 2023. These would go really great together. And then if you wanted some of the gold in there, you could also add a little bit of apricot from June of 2023. So these 3 would all work really well together with a nice dark background. Now you would have to pick 4, of course, just 4 colors. So it's so much fun. I had so much fun playing with these. So other ideas I pulled, for example, if you wanted to use the beautiful butter from this month's Color Club, I pulled one of those, and I think a gorgeous combination, if this is the background, is to do some blues. So we have, here's our blueberry from July, and then we have Night Sky from November last year. You can mix some of those together on a beautiful buttery yellow background. So that would be a great option. Put that over here. Then I thought, what about doing this beautiful turquoise for those of you that love a little bit more color, because it has a little bit of an aurora feel. So if you want to be bright and bold, you could put it on a lime green background. So floral elements and the lettuce would make a great background. I love the movement of the florals in here. Or if you wanted to do it with a purple background, how gorgeous would that be with a canvas amethyst? So that would be a great option as well. So for somebody that loves bright and bold and some turquoise, that would be beautiful. So then Kara pulled a few great options too. What about a print background? So this would be a great print background, verdigris and the parchment bellwoods. Love this. It has all the colors in it. And then here are 4 great colors she pulled. These are all Color Club colors. So it is Bedrock Espresso, Deco Stitch and the Laurel for green, Dry Brush Terracotta. I'm not sure this was a Color Club, and Dry Brush Hazelnut, but we have all these colors. This would be a beautiful, beautiful homecoming quilt here. Very cool background. So you could use a print, you could use a typography print. We have some great Tim Holtz ones. And one more she pulled, if you wanted something reverse, you could do even a floral print. This is Winged Garden, the main floral, and then just use something like the Sand Color Club from April as your strips, or vice versa. Use this as your strips and this as your background. So either way it would work. So I just love how many fun options, such a versatile pattern, and we're really excited to be able to support them at Lo and Behold and just have a lot of fun at the same time. So here is the little page from her pattern that gives you some fun options too as for color. So there's just so many ways to do this. So you can do a totally 2-tone quilt with one background, so just 2 fabrics to make something very graphic and very modern. But think about it that way too. You can have this just 2 colors, but you can have different fabrics. So the way to do that, you could do the 2.5 yards all mixed up. But really fun options there. So just, we hope you join us and play with it. If anything, you can watch my tips throughout as we make this, starting on November 5th, and it'll be the following 2 consecutive Tipsy Tuesdays. We're just going to do this on a Tipsy Tuesday, so low key, but being able to support them is the most important thing in providing everybody with some relief. So what we are adding to the pot here at GE Designs, if you do decide to purchase any fabric, if you need any fabric and decide to purchase that from us for this particular quilt along, make sure you put in the notes on your order hurricane. All you got to do, put hurricane as a note in there in your order, and we will match that donation of the purchase of a pattern and donate that to the hurricane causes. So they have listed organizations on their blog that are great to donate to, that is going to provide direct help there and relief. So I hope you join in on the fun, right? And of course, stripologizing, making this pattern really fun, really fun. So any questions, let me know. Well chosen pattern and colors, fun to do different colors. Yeah, I think it'll be really fun to see all the different homecoming quilts, and what a perfect quilt to put together to donate for something great. And like I said, the quilts don't have to be donated. Right there, find a great cause in your area where there is a need. Of course, with the holidays coming up, the temperatures are dropping everywhere, so there's a need everywhere. So I think it's a beautiful thing that we can do it together, put our minds and hearts together, and make something great. So any questions, let us know. If not, let's move on to some more fun. I have a little sneak peek for you. Yes, we're going to talk about it more next week. But you have all been asking for a while, those of you that participated in our Christmas in Europe Mystery Block of the Month, back in the day when it was a mystery back in 2022. And I've told you the intention is to put this quilt together into a book and make a Christmas in Europe book. Well, that is coming. It is coming, everybody. So those of you that participated know this. We are working on it. And I'll be able to share more next week, and you'll be able to reserve a copy. But it's coming, and it's coming before the holidays. Yay! Yes, been working on it for a while, so I'll share more in the coming shows. But wanted to just throw that out there. Should we put their website up on the screen one more time from Lo and Behold to make sure they can find where they can go and support by purchasing a pattern? Like I said, so there it is. Okay, let's look at some great new fabrics. I have 2 lines to share with you today. Well, it is the same line, but 2 colorways. It's called Phantasma. And, okay, which one should we look at first? The more neutrals or the colorful? What do you think?
Save the best for last.
Well, they're both great. You can't tell that. Say that to me. Because they're both great. Should we end the day with some color?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, these are also beautiful. The neutrals are beautiful too. So let's take a look. So I have Phantasma neutral. So again, they're all beautiful neutrals. So let's start with this one. I'm going to start with this print, which is one of my favorites. So very graphic, very geometric shapes and textures. So these are going to be just great for anything to be mixed in. So lots of geometry if you start looking at the shape, everybody. Look at the shapes. See what you can find for Goody's geometry class. There it is. We have this hexagon. This almost looks like honeycomb to me a little bit. Beautiful color, just those light browns and neutrals in there. We have that main print again in the neutral colorway, just taupes and light browns and grays. So pretty. So there's not a lot of variety in the prints, I'll tell you that, but it's all about the color combination. So here we have the honeycomb again in the kind of a beige, or I would say a dark cream taupe. We have the main print in the more golden tone, so you can see there's a huge difference between them. And we have the honeycomb again. And then I decided to add some great neutrals in there, great basics in there. We have a chalk and charcoal and an off kind of a light taupe color. Going into the more deeper browns. These fabrics would be great in that homecoming pattern too. Oh, how cool. Love this one. And then here is the main print again. In the brown tones, nice and warm with a pops of gold. This almost looks like it has metallic, but it really doesn't. And pop it in another chalk and charcoal in this beautiful taupey brown, darker. We have the honeycomb in charcoals, but it has some of those brown tones in there too, so it stays nice and warm. And then finishing with the black and white in the main print. So those are the two prints that are in the Phantasma, and then we put it together in a beautiful ombre neutral. So this is Phantasma neutral. Let me show you my color pull with this. Chalk and charcoal in the black is going to be your darkest, deepest black. It's going to pull all the blacks in there. Moving into the more browns, the shadow play in the espresso. This was, of course, from Color Club. We have an in-between in the thatched mocha, a nice medium brown. And then canvas in the buckskin is going to be your lighter taupey brown, kind of bridging this gap over here. For some of the lighter tones in here, I did pull a kind of a gold. So this is grunged in the mulled cider. It's going to be read a little bit darker, but what I love is the dark browns in here are going to correlate with all these shapes down here. For the creams, canvas and the French vanilla, great option. Going into a little bit of the bluish hues, glaze and the milk glass is great for that. Love those glaze colors. And more on the gray side, grunge in the grease. This is going to read perfectly with this one. And then we have two on the a little bit darker, so a bluish gray. This is grunge in the ash. And then last but not least, we have spotted charcoal as my darkest gray hue. So this is Phantasma neutral and the wonderful 1 yards. So yes, even though it's just two prints, they're saying how different they look in every color. It's awesome. All right, so let's take a look at some color then. Yes, lots and lots of color. Explosion. So we'll start off with this beautiful green. Oh, no, I want a sundress made out of this. Isn't that cool? So beautiful color, just so rich and so vibrant. So we have those two prints, and again, they're going to look so different in these colorful versions. We have the turquoise with the lime green. Love that combination. I think that's really fantastic. And then we have a rainbow gotta have a rainbow version. So look at this. Gorgeousness. Ugh. Now, you would wear tennis shoes that would have this, look like this, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
You would love that.
That would be awesome.
And then we have the hexagons or the honeycomb, whatever we want to call it. Look, a rainbow one as well.
Can you cover my shoes with that?
No.
Okay.
But maybe we can find somebody.
Shoe cover, shoe cover.
I know Mana Neon would love a quilt out of this stuff.
You love that.
Beautiful blues in here. I love all the colors in there. I just think it's so well done. It reads blue, but it still has all those colors. And then we have a blue honeycomb. It's awesome. Going into purple. They just keep getting better and better. Aren't they great?
Mm-hmm.
Purple. And the honeycomb. So this is like a perfect, almost like a bundle that you could just keep, because you could pull out just the colors that you want, mix it in with some neutrals and basics, and this is going to be a great focus. Going into red. Oh, so rich. Hot and spicy. And then we have the honeycomb with just a little bit of orange in there. And then we finish off. We do a pink in the honeycomb. Pink hue. And the last one is your bright and bold yellow, orange, and pink in the main print. Oh, I love this rainbow. This is beautiful. So let's take a look at some neutrals you could definitely mix in and make this, well, tone it down a little bit, or just, you know, sometimes when there's a lot going on, you just put it all in there and it's going to be great. Promise. So we have thatched in the buttercup color. Beautiful bright yellow. It will work right in there. And then for the orange, I love the seeds in the orange. You have orange in here, you have orange in here. It's going to work great kind of everywhere. For the reds, got to have some hot red floral elements in the flame. Perfect. And a little bit on the pinker side would be the grunge and the flamingo. I love that color as well. Some purple canvas amethyst. Great deep purple. And for the blues, we got dreams in the bright blue. We have some more blue, some turquoise, bedrock, and the maraschino. This was a color club with a turquoise, and a little bit more on the teal side, dry brush in the turquoise. It's going to be more teal with a more green in it over here. And then we have some bright green. Got to have some bright green chalk and charcoal in the grasshopper. Got a perfect mix in there. And then finishing off with a little bit of pink. It goes well over here, but throughout there's some pink in here as well. This is color wash and the scribble pink. So this is Phantasma in the colorful. Beautiful colors. Could be anything. Really awesome. So now I have to ask the question, which one, if you could zoom one over onto your table right now, would it be colorful or would it be neutral? Oh, I don't know. I can't choose. That's a hard one.
Colorful.
Now let me show you though, we have some great wide backs to go with this. I'll start with the Fiesta or the colorful bundle. This is Phantasma Fiesta, and it is the hexagons in the rainbow. So perfect as a 108. And then also colorful is the Phantasma Pacific. So it has the blues, and that's the main print, the other print. So the two prints are available. For the neutrals, we have the walnut, which is gorgeous as well. Really pretty. Could be done for so many things. And then we have the cream the honeycomb in the cream. So beautiful 108s alongside the 2 bundles. That could be pretty much used for anything. Love it. So I'm seeing your answers. I would say majority is colorful, but it's probably like 60-40. Some of you are like me, both. I gotta have it all. Can't choose. I agree. Can't choose. This is why I go back and forth when I make my quilts. It's never the same colorways. Always having variety. Let's do our giveaway question of the day. Now, today it is National Mushroom Day. Mushrooms are probably one of my favorite things to cook with and to eat. So I thought I'd ask you, do you like mushrooms? And if so, what is your favorite dish with mushrooms? Oh, there are so many. Ooh, so many. I love stuffed mushrooms.
Pasta with mushrooms.
Pasta with mushrooms. I do a great mushroom risotto. Mushroom soup. Simple as mushroom soup is so good.
Risotto mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. What else? I do
mushroom soup.
Mushroom lettuce wraps. I do.
Mushroom soup.
Just saute them, just on their own. Roast them. Oh, so many. And wild mushrooms. I even made vegan crab cakes with lion's mane mushrooms. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Those are good too.
Delish.
Yeah, they're so versatile. It's such a versatile ingredient.
Mushrooms on pizza. Mushroom on pizza.
Even like a portobello mushroom cap, you marinate it and you grill it, and that's your burger. That's your burger.
Mushrooms on burger. Mushroom on burger.
Oh, so many. Let us know, and that's your entry into our giveaway. We'll announce the winner next week on our show, which will be October 22nd. October 22nd is our next Tipsy Tuesday, 4 p.m. Central Time. And then we will have, this is a 3-show week. Tomorrow, we usually have One Yard Wednesday. Unfortunately, we are going to have to cancel the show. We had some issues with the fabric arriving, but no big deal. We no One Yard Wednesday tomorrow. It's all right. Be back next week. But Perfect Pair is happening on Thursday, the 17th at 9:30. So Perfect Pair, October 17th at 9:30. And then Happy Friday. We'll be here on Friday, October 18th at 12 noon. So I can't wait to do some fun stuff with you. If you can join us for the sew along, we really appreciate it. If you can't join us, you can always go to the Lo and Behold website and make a donation there, help them out, support them, a great family business like ours. So we appreciate it. And I can't wait to work on Brittany's pattern with you guys. So that's it for us today. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.